The total time that you get to answer these questions is 30 minutes, like not these questions, your whole reading test, right? So you know your reading and writing fill in the blanks are more important. So if you take 2 to 3 minutes to solve one question of that type, so in total, you'll be taking around like 12 to 15 minutes to solve your reading writing blanks. The ones we learned yesterday, where each blank has 4 options. So you will take 15 minutes to solve those questions. Baki kitne bache piche 15 minutes. Out of these 15 minutes, you might take 3 minutes to solve your reorder paragraphs. You remember 2 to 3 questions of reorder comes in your exam. So 2 to 3 minutes gone over there. So how much is left out of 15 now? 11-ish. Let's say 11 minutes. Now you are only left with 11 minutes, but 4 to 5 questions of reading fill in the blanks. So what is the maximum amount of time you can take to solve each question of reading fill in the blanks? Maximum 2 minutes. But what is your standard practice? You should practice when you are doing in your, like in your practice mock test mein kar rahe ho. Yeah, when you are only practicing these questions, 1 minute mein solve karo. So today we will do that. We will try to solve all questions in 1 minute of the time. Okay. So you will solve them with me. I will solve them fast. We have 1 hour. We will try to cover at least 60 questions. Are we ready? I'm not going to explain you any grammar in this session. I am going to work with your time management. But over the week, every morning, I will teach you grammar on these questions. But today, my topic, my concept is to teach you what? Time management. Okay. So are we ready for this challenge? Everybody? Yes. So what
हाँ
you
जी
have to do is you've got 1 minute time. I want all of you to put yourself on a mute if you can. Hi, Shreya Patel. So I'll be teaching you the grammar as well. But for now, we are going to do the time management. I will talk loud when I'm solving the questions so you can still understand the concept. Okay. So in your exam, you will get 4 or 5 questions of this type. So we are having 1.5 hours to start. Okay, so reading fill in the blanks. I'll be starting off with this question. The timer is on. What happens when that happens? Staff will help the person dash out and now a little stressed. Strung out and now a little stressed. Fish their drugs out of the rubbish. On their way out, they might have a blood test, their first dash checkup in years, their first dental checkup in years. That sounds good to me. Dental checkup. Okay, because that's the only medical term. Australia, during a recent visit in the North Richmond Community Healthcare, the majority are dependent on their dash. The majority are dependent on their substances, on their purpose, on their matter. Plural, there is plural, so I've said substances. The purpose is not to be a place that facilitates injection per se. The dash is to keep people alive. The purpose is to keep people alive because it's singular. So I have answered it. One is left. When, so I'll say strung out or slung out. View out. Strung out. I'll strung out. So answer, we got all of them right. So you can write on your notebook, strung out. So 1 minute challenge. I was able to answer all of them in 1 minute. So there, with there, you always put a plural word. With strung, you put out. And then dental checkup was because checkup is only medical. So we picked up dental. Also, another thing, I took out that word because we are talking about mouth. Okay. And then medical was there. So last one was the purpose. I think it was easy. Everybody could do it. Next question. We are trying to solve these questions in less time. So it's going to be fast track practice. The world of science has witnessed countless breakthroughs. Last month, a research team dashed a new species of deep sea fish during an expedition. So discovered last month, a research team discovered a new species. The scientists didn't just dash across them casually, didn't dash stumble across them, because with did we put first form of verb. They usually advanced sonar technology and spent hours analyzing data backup in the lab. The lab worked with biologists, plural, who dash extensive knowledge of who have, who hail, who occupied, who invented, who possessed. They have it. So possessed means they have it. Were published and the scientific community dash it a significant discovery. Scientific hailed it a, find it a. It is opening new doors for ocean. Were published and scientific community hailed it a, or find it a, community find it a significant discovery. 1 minute done. Might be wrong. Hailed was much better. So was hail is like, saying, okay, this is right. So if I didn't change my mind, I would have been right. Are we good? Are we good? So stumble across means you encounter, you come across that thing. Discover new species. I think research. When we research, we try to find something. Okay. So next question, 1 minute challenge. Last night, I went to a grand music show at the City Hall. The auditorium, you can also solve the questions, okay? The auditorium was filled with excited audiences. Some people, unfortunately, were chatting, chatting constantly because it's already verb there, ignoring the performances on stage, seemingly unaware of the rudeness, unaware of the rudeness, immersing, no, okay, it's full stop. I was determined not to let that spoil my mood.
But try kar lo, ma'am. Sorry.
However, okay, quiet. I closed my eyes, to block out the noise. I closed my eyes, trying to block out. It should be ing. Trying to block out my noise and still tried my best to focus on the soulful music. Immersed myself in wonderful melodies. Okay, so I'm done with immersing. Okay, ing word. So after comma, we try to put ing word. Okay, so you can also see we put ing here, so we'll put ing here. And then constantly with chatting, it's called verb plus adverb. You remember yesterday I gave you all the lily words. I said all the lily words are adverb. So I was looking for adverb. There was only one adverb. However, was there because the person was very rude chatting, but she wanted that it should not spoil her mind. So she's trying her best to be positive. So that's why, however, comma, trying to block out the noise. She was trying something. Try was already there. So it was a hint for you. Okay. On the soulful music, immersing myself. Immerse means to to put yourself into it. Okay, that's called immerse. उसमें डूब जाना. ठीक है? So to feel lost in some music is called immersed in. Okay, so it's a feeling. You can't see it. Okay, it's a virtual concept. Trying to solve in 1 minute. I'll try to make it bigger. In our fast-paced modern lives, getting sufficient sleep is often overlooked, yet it is vital. It is vital. I think it was very simple. And also, it is really important that you get enough sleep to stay to stay rejuvenated, like pura refreshed. Rejuvenated means active, refreshed, recreated. Okay. Adequate sleep allows our body to repair and rejuvenate, keeping our mind sharp. If you dash enough sleep regularly, if you take, if you lack, you may feel drowsy. Okay. If you don't take it, so it means if you don't have enough sleep, you will feel drowsy, which dash concentration, which impacts concentration, which, okay, which is singular, with which you always put first form of verb plus S or ES. Okay. If it is singular. Okay. So rejuvenated means recreated, feeling better. Okay. I was able to solve it less than 1 minute. So, okay, they say you stay rested. Now that was a wrong answer. To stay rested, to stay okay. Because that makes you rejuvenated. If you are properly rested, then you are rejuvenated. If you miss out, the word here was again here. So it means first you rest, then you rejuvenate. So steps were wrong. Okay. But still we are doing it fast. We are getting 70% right. So stay focused, brain bust. The fascinating questions and more will be revealed by University of Manchester scientists when they take to the road on their brain bus. The bus is taking hands-on, I know these answers, hands-on activities. Hands-on activity means trying to do something practically. Okay, 3-year-old and upward can understand the senses, and it's an area that is dashed to all ages. Intriguing. Okay, with is-mr, you can put first form of verb plus ing. Further this year, in the hope of finding new and different dash. New and different, so plural. It could be schemes, audiences, or groups. Because we are talking about museum, I'm going to go to audience. I know the answers to this question. We solved it last time. We want people to see that science is interesting as well as important in our lives, and to dash people who may not consider, and to encourage people. With the two, which form of verb do we use? First form of verb. If I'm talking and you feel like, oh, this was something new, she said a grammar, you grab it, you put it on your notebook. Okay. So first form of verb with to. The theme of contrast evident in Blue Skies is typical of Miss Wu's work. She explores organic structures using the newest technologies. She is inspired by minute detail. I know the answer to this one. Minute detail means smallest detail. Okay. Her sculptures are dash yet familiar, blurring the boundaries. If you remember, I said if something is blur, that means it is not clear. So something, if it is not clear, what is it? Ambiguous. If you watched my YouTube video, this is already explained there. But my work extends these concepts to explore the dash between the real and artificial. Okay, so the gap, we can say the gap between, and we don't differentiate between these two. It should be overlap. Okay. I realized it later when we read the word differentiate. The overlap means what is similar in them, not what is different in them. Different, she said later. So that means what is the opposite of different? Similar. So overlap means something which is same in both of them. Okay. So again, quickly solving the next question. So again, telling those who are coming online now, probably you may feel a bit lost, but just letting you know, we are doing a 1 minute challenge. Okay, so we are trying to solve it fast. I don't know who came and who went from the class. Okay. All right. Since Austria sits at a high elevation and spends a quarter of the year under dash, when there is a city or a country which is very on the top, it is a cold nation. So we would say cover under snow. It should come as a surprise that heating is a matter of considerable importance in the country, because Austria is a country. What may be surprising, however, is that Vienna, a grand imperial city of music and art, actually boasts a museum dash specifically to heating system. So ly word is already there. Ly word is adverb. So what do we put with adverb? Verb. So which verb is there? Only summarized or dedicated. So when you say to, you say dedicated to. If you see it, it's in your verb plus preposition collocations yesterday. If it is not there, write it now. Dedicated to. So you should try to write all the small collocations that I say. So the collocation that we learned here was dedicated to, like related to, dedicated to, attributed to, okay, relative to. So all these words are with the to. So you can write that collocation on your notebook. Moving on further. Okay, this question came in exam many times, guys. The wristwatch works by dash information such as person's pulse or movement by tracking with by or any preposition. You put which form of verb? First form of verb plus ing. So which word is ing? Tracking. So was it easy? Grammar and concept both together. When it dash a change in person's health, with it we use first form of verb plus s or es. So it alerts, it decides, it detects. It is a watch. Watch cannot decide. So it is not decides. It can alert, but at the moment it is actually finding that there is a change in person's health. So what is that word? Detects. Okay. So when it is a doctor, it is diagnose. When it is a machine, it is detect. Okay. Find means detect. The watch sends information to a touchscreen hub dash in the home. Home. Home is a place. So what can we say? Located in the home. The hub then dash predetermined contacts and calls for help immediately. If we want to get some help, we want to alert the contacts. Okay. Here we go. We've all done these questions in the previous week. So we know the answers. But I've given you some grammar here, so please make sure you write that. Mercury is not found in many common products that we buy because it can be very dangerous. The most common products that dash mercury are batteries, powerful outdoor lights that contain, we can say, because that means mercury is in those products. So we say that contain mercury, which are used to measure our body's temperature. It can also be found in barometers, which are used to measure air pressure and dash changes in weather and show changes in weather. Okay, which are, so it's plural. So when it is plural, which form of verb do we use? Singular, first form of verb. So there was cover, constrain, or show. I'm going to say show. Which dash the temperature of buildings. What do we do with remote? We regulate the temperature. In this case, what was which? Which was plural because we were talking about barometers. Okay. So when you use the word which, you need to know what is the subject, plural or singular. Moving further. For lots of first year students, the university may be their first living experience. Trust me, I always do this wrong. Okay. I have done it 5 times, 20 times, but I will do it wrong. Lots of first year students, the university may be their first experience living away from home for an dash period, for an extended period, like for a long time. It is a dash break from home. It is a frightening break from home. It is definite break from home. It is a lonely break from home. I'm always bad in this one. Timely break from home. You might be right. Just gonna randomly go with that. The first few weeks can be a dash period, lonely period. There may be concerns for friendship because you don't have friends. So you are alone. Yeah, when you go to a new place, you feel alone. There may be concerns about forming their friendship. When new students look around, it may seem that everyone else is confident and dash successful and socially successful. Why socially? Because we are talking about friends. Where did I go? Okay, where am I? Socially successful. Okay, increased personal freedom can feel both wonderful and dash. Wonderful and exciting. Okay, let's try the next one. Complexity increases when roommates are of different dash with very different values. Different backgrounds. Plural word, there is only one plural word. Background. So with the different, I told you yesterday as well, which word you will use? Plural. Different, various, many, okay? So I took more than 2 minutes of like 1 minute of the time. I did miss one, but thank God I did the rest of them right. I'm very happy. I could answer that one. Wonderful and frightening, both. That means you are very happy. At the same time, you are very fearful that, oh, what will happen to me? You know, you're alone in a new city. So that's why it's even frightening. Okay. So you see here, lonely is adjective with period. Socially successful is adjective plus adverb example. If you want to write this example on your notebook, please write it and write the word adverb plus adjective example. It is a collocation. Okay. Adverb plus adjective collocation. So you can write that on your notebook. It's an important one. We might have solved a lot of them. You might feel like lost. You might feel like, oh, it's too fast. You may feel like you're not able to understand. It's okay. I'm trying to talk as much as I can, and we are trying to solve many questions. The rest of Taylor's restaurant is student run. So we are talking about a restaurant. We are talking about students. Food production and service management dash make the articulate and details dishes. Students in quantity food production and service management dash make service management classes, because we are talking about a student run restaurant. Make the articulate dishes. We teach students to understand where a product comes from. Gami said, skeptics might doubt the dash of a student. Yeah, quality, I would say. Yeah. So quality of a student run restaurant. With the duck and bistro, chicken will please any appetite while imparting the need to dash for a second taste. Need to return, that you want to go back to the same restaurant again and taste it again. So that's called a return for a second taste. Proportions when dishes When creating dishes instead of recipes, students think and dash teaches them how to cook and actually teaches them. huh? It's a verb and adverb collocation. Garmi said he believes in using all aspects of a product, which tailors dash reflect. What is tailor? A restaurant. So what it can be? Menu. Tailors menu reflects. Okay. So when I started talking about food and restaurant, I could see Naresh was like, now I understand. Okay. So actually teaches, you can put a collocation example here. It is the example of adverb plus verb. We really need these examples. Okay. And then what is to? With the to, which form of verb do we use? First form of verb. But actually need to is a modal verb. Whatever, but still to tells you that I'm going to have a first form of verb. Okay. So these were some grammar concepts here, which you could keep in your mind. Your body is nearly 2/3 water, and so it is really important that you dash enough fluid to stay hydrated. Yeah, Hana? Water is always to make you hydrated. If you don't get enough fluid, you may feel dash. You may feel tired. That's the only thing I can say. You may feel tired. Get dash and not perform at your bed. Get headaches. Yeah, because if you don't drink water, what you get is a headache. Or it's just a very funny thing. Whenever I have a headache, my husband will only give me one medicine. Drink water. Okay, you don't drink water. Drink more water. I don't know why he keeps saying that. So it is really important that you dash enough fluid. So you take enough fluid. So we would say consume. So when you take something from your mouth, you say consume. Okay. So there you go. If you take in something by mistake, what is then it is called? If you eat something by mistake, what is it called? Huh? No. Overeating is, it is a mental problem. Like by mistake. You ate something by mistake. Ingested. So it is kind of a poisonous concept. Ingested. So you need to know. Because this word is your academic word and it comes in your test. Nobody wrote it on the notebook. Seriously, guys, are you that smart? Ingested. I asked you, nobody answered. That means you need to write it down and remember it for the next time. Ingested means eating something accidentally. Okay. And then running to the emergency department because now you have poison in your body. Okay. So we say he ingested poison. You don't say he ate poison. You don't want to eat poison. You by mistake eat it. So you say ingest. Okay. By the 1820s, Bentham had become a well-known dash in both in Britain and other parts of the world. Who is Bentham? I don't know. His ideas were to influence reforms of public administration. So figure, well-known figure because it's one, it's a human. So when we say somebody famous as a human, we say figure. Famous figure. Thomas sat Southwood Smith and his skeleton was dash as the auto icon. He is a skeleton.
Preserve.
Yeah. With was we put third form of verb, we'll say his skeleton was preserved as the auto icon. Research into Bentham's thought and life continues today at UCL Bentham Project, set up in early 1960s with the aim of producing. Aim of, we say na aim of, you can write aim of, collocation. This aim of, this edition is projected to run to some 80 volumes. This was also a question last time, some 80 volumes. Okay, so just remember, this can be a question, okay? Some 80 volumes. Most members of the public are invited to assist in this massive editorial task by helping to dash Bentham's manuscript via transcribe Bentham. Helping to transcribe Transcribe could be the ho, ho, ho. We got it right. Now the challenge is gone to you. Try to answer, not this one, big one. I put you a small one. Try to answer this question in less than 1 minute of your time. Sorry, time's up. So if you were slow, you have to speed up. Okay, plateaued, plateaued. What is the meaning of this word? This is the meaning of the word. Plateaued means first it increased, then it became constant and then decreased. Okay, that is called plateau. It's a graph, line graph thing. So what is a plateau? This is hill. The big one is a mountain. So what is a plateau? A flat mountain is called a plateau. Okay, it's a geographical term. But in line graph, we say plateaued means something went constant for a long time. Okay, so then it decreased. All right, and then equitable, bleak future. What is bleak? Do you know the meaning of the word bleak? Bleak. It means something which is empty. Like no, you say no scope in future. That's what is called bleak. Kind of, yeah, dull future. Okay. Try next one. Only challenges 1 minute. Tomato is a fruit. No, food. Vegetable. Sorry, vegetable.
So first one, like, vegetable
Ah,
because of
just a
its
second. We were
food
giving you
value.
1 minute time. My dear, who is talking? Nafkirat. Nafkirat, please drop your answers in the chat box.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That way I can see.
Sorry.
Okay? Yes. And everybody else are going to do the same. Harman, Harmeet, Kashika, Parveen, Nafkir, Parveen is doing, Sarabjeet, Shreya. I want to see your answers in the chat box, please. Okay, that's the only way I know what you're saying. Okay, ready? There you go. Tomato is a vegetable. Its food value. It is a culture. Then wild species, because they are talking about tamati. So the name used by Native Americans. Tamati is a name, no? I think that was easy. Okay. So I hope you got it right. Now let's try the next question. Time zone, 1 minute. There you go. Okay, dead minute, 1.5 minute already given, was a big one. All right, there you go. One distinguishing feature, that means unique feature, different feature, okay, is often accompanied by. Please write down the collocation. Accompanied by is it's a collocation. Okay, followed by, yeah, accompanied by. You can write it on your notebook when I say. Then perhaps engage in. Okay, engage in or engage with. This is also collocation. Well versed. This is also a collocation, guys. Well versed. Okay, well versed means good. They have good like poem or script बोलते हैं ना जिन्हों, like I don't know if anybody would like to say. हमारे वहाँ जब हम इंडिया में रहते थे तो सब्जी वाला आता था तो वो क्या बोलता था, आलू ले लो, गोभी ले लो, टिंडे ले लो, like continuously they would say something, 10 के 5, 10 के 5, like they had their own way of talking, so they are called script. So worst, the way they talk. Okay, so verse is script, words. Okay, clinch means, clinch the sales means grab the sale. Matlab, they were successful in getting the sale. Okay, that's called clinch a sale. I'm gonna stop